that. So good evening. I'm Dustin Seaton. With me is Kelly Clark. We're the co-chairs of AGATE 2023 in Little Rock in 14 days.
14 days.
I'm excited. I don't know about you, Kelly.
I am. I'm excited.
I've had lots of our attendees reach out and say that they're needing the break. And we've talked about, the bad weather that we had last year in Rogers and how all that ice prevented many of our attendees from coming. So a lot of them are saying this is the first time in over 2 years, maybe 3 years, because the year before was virtual, that we've actually been able to see our GT family across the state.
Mm-hmm. And I missed the virtual conference was really good, but it's not the same as being, face to face with your friends and your colleagues. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So we thought we'd start off tonight with a list of activities such as the schedule and unveiling the program and, of course, the website. So with all that being said, I want to start off by jumping to our website to give you a kind of a preview of where to find our access to our vendors and our sponsors, which we are very thankful for all of 13 of our big sponsors. And then we have 26 total vendors that are available at our conference that we want you to attend and visit with their booths. That many of them have door prizes and drawings, so that's a big perk. I know last year we had lots of door prizes and things to give out because we only had about half that were able to attend because of the weather. And all of our vendors and sponsors that came last year are coming back this year because they loved it so much. Maybe it was just being snowed in at the hotel together. I don't know. Here is our homepage. If you have not been to our homepage, which I believe most of you have because you've registered for our conference, it is giftedarkansas.org. And can you see that pretty good, Kelly?
I can.
Okay. So the best part about it is at the top, you can see we have our drop-down menus, but we have the countdown clock. And I've been looking at this for the last 365 days, I can tell you, getting ready. When Jennifer Park, our president, asked me to be conference chair this year, I was like, yeah, sure, that's not hard. It's a lot of work. Kelly can tell you.
It's very, very hard. It's a lot, but it's rewarding at the same time.
It is rewarding. And this is a volunteer organization. Everything that we've done, we're not getting paid to do this. This is 100% a labor of love because we want to support gifted students and teachers and parents all across the state of Arkansas. So I like seeing that countdown clock, even though it kind of gives me a little anxiety. Like, have we crossed all of our T's and dotted our I's? But I want to start off by making sure you've visited our platinum and gold sponsors. We want to thank Arkansas School for Math, Science, and the Arts, or ASMSA. They're our featured platinum sponsor. They'll be introducing our keynote speaker on Thursday, February the 23rd, which is Dr. Karen Rambo Hernandez, associate professor at Texas A&M University, who specializes in gifted identification and was a GT teacher herself. So we're super excited to have her come speak to us at our AGATE conference. And of course, a lot of our gold sponsors were here last year as well. The Art of Problem Solving, which is a great online Beast Academy. UWorld, we love our friends at UWorld that are great for AP prep and ACT, SAT prep. Our friends at the UA Little Rock Jody Mahoney Center. Our friends at University of Central Arkansas and Arkansas State University. And of course, MHS, which is a great assessment tool. All of their booths will be in the Palisades of the second floor of the Doubletree Hotel. We encourage you to stop by, sign in, register for their door prizes, and thank them for being silver or gold and platinum sponsors. We also have 6 silver sponsors I want to highlight. Virtual Arkansas, which is one of our largest virtual options for students in Arkansas. The Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, they have lots of free grants, lesson plans on their website. New Minds Enrichment is also a great resource for summer camps or enrichment lessons that you can provide as GT teachers. Moving Beyond the Page is a wonderful vendor that we're excited to have again, the University of Arkansas and the National Inventors Hall of Fame. But with that being said, Kelly and I just added, before we started tonight, our digital program. So this is the cover, and I want to thank the teachers at BB High School who developed the graphic designing for it. It's very beautiful. Sandra Johnson said it reminded her of the joy of cooking with Julia Childs, and I thought that was appropriate, right?
Right.
And our theme really is the joy of learning, because I think joy is something we all need, especially after having all these virtual options and having bad weather. We need to get together and celebrate gifted education in Arkansas. So we have our digital program here, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity now to go ahead and peruse it. We'll also have a button here that will send you to the schedule at a glance page. So that way you're not looking at all 100 or all 55 pages of the program. You can look at just the breakout sessions that will be available on Thursday and Friday, February 23rd and 24th.
That's
Anything
right.
you need to add?
And I was going to say that the sessions at a glance is a good spot too, when if heaven forbid we have any kind of weather or any kind of anything coming in, we will be able to keep that up to the minute. So
right. And I won't go through every page in the program. I just want to show you some highlights. We do already have our award winners in there, including the letters from the president, Jennifer Park. On the second page, we do have some links for our business meeting, which will be happening on Friday, February the 24th during our luncheon meeting. If you need access to Wi-Fi at any point, we have two venues because we're at the Robinson Center and the Doubletree Hotel. So sometimes the Wi-Fi at one spot or one location won't transfer to the other. So we made sure we have access throughout the entire venue to one of the Wi-Fi hotspots. So if you're in the Doubletree or the Robinson, here's the network and the password that is exclusive for our group. We also have some things on, of course, the website, but on social media, Twitter and Facebook. Hopefully y'all are on Facebook now watching us, getting ready for the conference. And we encourage y'all to use the hashtag AGATE 2023. We also would love the joy of learning. If you want to hashtag AGATE 2023, we'll have an access point for the electronic handouts. So for all the breakout sessions, we've had a wonderful proposal committee led by Laura West and Tammy Deaton. They've done a wonderful job with our proposals because we had over 100 submissions and we only could select 70 this year. So with all that being said, you're in for a treat. We tried to pick the best of the best that were submitted, and lots of them already have uploaded their presentations or their freebies, lots of that stuff. And so that will be available on the digital program too to access. The other part I think it'd be important to highlight, granted, we have lots of ads, especially like our big platinum and gold sponsors will all have pages, but we have write-ups for our keynote speakers, which is Dr. Karen Rambo Hernandez and Dr. Curtis Cunningham at John Brown University, who's also on the Governor's Advisory Council. He's the chair of the Governor's Advisory Council appointed by Governor Hutchinson. And it's great that we have all of these collaborators together because we are one big umbrella that are supportive of our GT students and parents and teachers. But I do want to highlight too, the sessions at a glance. This is what it'll look like. So there in the program, it's pages 21 through 23, but we tried to give you an idea of what options and offerings there are. So we have 10 different rooms that will be having breakout sessions throughout the conference. About 4 of them are in the Robinson Center and the other 6 are in the Doubletree Hotel. The beautiful part about this venue, this is to my knowledge, our first time at the Doubletree Hotel in Little Rock, just a little ways down from where we used to be at the Marriott. But the best part is when you come off the elevators on the second floor, you're on the breakout room sections at the Doubletree. You can walk down the hall of the Palisades to the Robinson Center, and it's on 2 floors in the Robinson Center. If you get confused, you can always ask us. We will also have some university students that are on site to help guide you that may have some identifying markers. But on the very last page, we provided some floor plans, which is also very helpful. So this is a floor plan, and it's hard to see, understand, but I'm just showing you that it's there. It's a floor plan of the Doubletree and then the breakout rooms in the Robinson Center. We are excited to have our luncheon at the Robinson Center in the Grand Ballrooms A, B, and C because it overlooks the beautiful Arkansas River. If you have not been to the renovated Robinson Center, it is truly breathtaking. And so we're excited to have that opportunity as well.
and we have a great view of the beautiful Broadway Bridge.
Absolutely. The new bridge that they did a couple of years ago. Most of our rooms are going to be pretty much standard classic classroom style. Some of them will have tables, hopefully, fingers crossed that everything works all right. We hope that every room is going to have access to a projector, a screen, and HDMI capabilities. We understand there's always technology issues, but if you are a presenter and you're asking or wondering about that, this will be kind of the style of the room, and just make sure that you have access to an HDMI port on your personal computer or device. Anything you want to add to that, Kelly?
No, if you have a dongle, if you're a presenter, you might want to bring that. And it's always wise to have like a backup HDMI cord. If you just stick it in your laptop bag and bring it with you, just to be on the safe side. But other than that, everything else should be there.
Yeah. And I think on the dongle side, it's always smart to have your own dongle with your device. But if you happen to forget, we know that happens. It happened last year. I have a variety of different dongles. We ask that you try not to bring your VGA, which is kind of like that old blue one with the screws that go on the side, just because that can sometimes not always work with the projectors or the devices that are going to be available. But if that happens, it's okay. Don't panic. Come find me or any of the other conference committees at the registration table, and we'll try to get you squared away. And also, if you're an attendee and something happens, feel free to jump in. You know, that's part of being in gifted ed, is learning how to problem solve and fix those things on your end. One of our vendors that we had last year was GIG Graphics. They're going to be back, and they are selling t-shirts that I thought would be a fun thing to do again. Last year they had Gifted Arkansas and lots of fun ones. I asked specifically hashtag not gifted, or you don't have to be gifted to teach the gifted, because that's me. I wasn't gifted, and I have lots of issues that I'm not embarrassed about. But feel free to come by and look at those t-shirts. That they do take cash and card, but I'm sharing this because we also have our GIG Graphics guy that will be doing, I'm going to share the next part. He's doing trivia on Tuesday. You pull that up. There it is. Whoops. He has a little promo for us. There it is. So on Thursday night, we will be doing a kind of bar trivia, pub trivia on Thursday, starting at 7 o'clock in Salon B, which is in the Doubletree Hotel. We had a lot of fun with this last year, breaking off into teams. You can group up with people in your co-op or maybe in your district, or just randomly show up and we'll put you on some teams. We have door prizes or some gift cards for the winning team. We encourage you to, it is free to play. Just come on up to the second floor of the Doubletree Hotel and tell us who your team name is, and we'll get started doing that. Anything you want to add? Did you get to do that last year, Kelly?
I didn't. I went into the other option we had, but I have been in trivia before with some gifted educators, and it is always a good time.
Well, I can tell you, Paul did a great job last year, our trivia host. And that's why we asked him to come back. And we modeled this off of NAGC, who has done similar things in the past to kind of encourage evening participation. Because not only is this supposed to be a conference, it's supposed to be fun. And it's supposed to be fun socializing, since that's something we haven't always done at AGATE, especially the last couple of years due to weather and COVID. But we're excited to see y'all in the flesh and make some core memories and just enjoy learning from one another. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I want to do a quick opportunity and just remind you, if you have questions, feel free to use it in the Q&A box, or if you have a comment, use a comment. If you're like, yeah, I'm going to trivia, or if you have your team name already picked out and you want to share it, feel free to do that. But we'll pause to give you a second. I don't see anything yet, and I'll check Facebook in a second too. But we're going to pivot real quickly to our schedule at a glance, and feel free to interrupt us at any point. Kelly's looking at the Q&A box in the chat to see if there's anything that you have specific questions for. So the conference committee will be setting up on Tuesday, and I need to do a quick highlight because our conference committee, I could not do this without our conference committee. Kelly Clark is our treasurer, and I can't tell you how many hours she has put into ensuring that our bank account's good. We're taking payments from schools and credit cards and checks and a PO box and all this stuff. So Kelly, thank you for all your contributions. And yes, as co-chair for the conference, she's the full chair next year. So she'll tell you a little teaser tonight and again at the conference. You want to say anything now, Kelly?
Well, I am looking forward to AGATE 2024. I've learned a lot from Dustin this year, and I will definitely be picking his brain between now and then. But the dates are February 21st through 23rd at the Hot Springs Convention Center. I'm really excited about it and looking forward to it.
2024. Can you believe we're already planning for 2024?
I cannot believe it's in the 21st century, much less 2024, 2023.
I know we're gearing up for our 2023 conference, and it's going to fly by. And then you'll see once you get back on Monday, we'll have the countdown for 2024 on the website. I also need to thank our president, Jennifer Park. I know she is doing a wonderful job as president, and she's on our conference committee. Monica Springfield is our membership vice president, and she's been handling a lot of our membership stuff, and she'll have a booth at the conference, part of the registration. So if you have membership questions, or especially for students or parents, feel free to go by and talk to her. Laura West has been amazing as a proposal chair. And if you see her at the conference, please give her a big hug, high five, money, anything you can, because Laura West has done a wonderful job making sure our program is good and that we have the best breakout sessions that we've had in a long time.
Proposal chair is a big job. I was that for 2 years, and it's a big job, but it's so satisfying, I guess is a good word for it. It's to know how things are working from the inside out, and it's great. It's wonderful, but it's a big job. She's done a wonderful job.
And if any of y'all are interested in joining the conference committee, you can talk to Miss Clark here. She would love
That is correct. I will be needing
in.
lots of you to help with AGATE 2024.
Yeah. Tammy Deaton was the co-chair of the proposals, and she's done a lot of extra stuff. She's doing the table decorations. She did the proposals. She helped arrange the graphics for our program title page. So Tammy Deaton is wonderful. She's also gone through the program and updated all the proposal descriptions, which are really well done. So feel free to look through all of that as well. Chad Morris. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kelly.
I was going to say, Tammy Deaton is also going to be my co-chair for AGATE 2024.
Yeah.
So when you see someone great, you grab them and you keep on rolling. She's also helping with scheduling the volunteers for the registration desk. So she's wearing a lot of hats. Mm-hmm.
So if you see her, give her a high five and a hug, because Laura West and Tammy Deaton are really great workhorses behind the scenes. Chad Morris is our webmaster, so a lot of the web questions go to him. Aaron Randolph is our legislative chair. So you'll see, for the first time in a long time, we'll have legislators at our conference that will be attending our award ceremony on Thursday at 11:30 on Thursday, February the 23rd. April Blackburn at Bigelow has done a wonderful job with awards. We had lots of nominations this year, and so you'll see all those announced on the award ceremony on Thursday as well. And of course, Melanie Nations at Prairie Grove has been our vendor chair. So I want to give her a big thanks, because you saw those sponsors. Just wait till you get to the conference and all the free door prizes that the vendors are going to be sharing out.
Lots of great stuff. We did have a question. It's not actually a question, but it's someone who said that Georgie Littleton, she's excited for the legislative field trip. We are too. We're excited. That's going to be on Wednesday.
Yeah, thank you, Georgia. And if you look at the legislative information, we sent that out last week with Davis. And so Davis Hendricks will have 2 options on Wednesday, February the 22nd. Do I need to make that any bigger? Can y'all see that pretty well, Kelly?
Yeah,
okay.
I can see it.
Maybe probably can make it a little bigger.
There that's good.
Yeah, there we go. So we'll have the AM session starting at 9 a.m. If you have not registered, you still can. We can send that link out again tomorrow with the digital program and the other information with this recording, but you can sign up on there. That way he has some information to prepare for you. If you are coming in to Little Rock from out of state or out of area, you can check in at the hotel, park, and take the hotel shuttle, which is 100% free. Even if you're not a guest there, you're welcome to take the shuttle because of our conference being at the hotel. Because parking is going to be a little challenging. If you've never tried to park at the Capitol during a legislative session, you don't want to learn, because it's pretty difficult. They have legislators and lobbyists and family members, and it's just, depending on what else is happening that day, it could be miles of walking just to get there. There are spots you can park, but we can share that out. But once you fill out that legislative form and we know how you're planning on getting there, the morning will view a quick Capitol tour. Plus, you'll go at 10 o'clock to the Senate Education Committee, and Davis will have the chair, Senator English, recognize who all of our guests, which is also pretty cool, just to see where, how the sausage is made, so to speak, about legislation and bills and other advocacy. There is a Capitol Cafe. If you've not been to the Capitol Hotel or the Capitol building, down in the basement, there is a Capitol Cafe, which is really good, actually. So I encourage you to, even if you're not going to the legislative day, at some point go down there and have lunch or breakfast in the Capitol. The PM session starts at 12:30 on the Capitol steps, and Davis and Aaron Randolph, our legislative chair, will meet you there. And again, do a Capitol tour and take you up to the galleries, which will be in the House and the Senate, and it overlooks those chambers. Really cool. If you've not done that, it's something I encourage you to take students to go see, or your own children if you're a parent. But that's a morning session and afternoon session, completely optional and free as a service provided by our organization and our paid legislative advocate. Any questions about the Wednesday session? Or Kelly, do you want to add anything?
No, I just think if you have the opportunity, it's free. I think you should take advantage of it. It'll be something to remember.
I used to work in the Capitol, and so I gave Capitol tours, and I was hopeful I could do tours again this year, but I'll be stuck back at the hotel, making sure we got all our bells and whistles good. But I will give you this little tidbit, and I told Davis to make sure each member that attends knows to do this. Go to the Arkansas State Treasurer's Office, which is on the second floor of the Capitol building. It's hard to miss because it's in the big circle rotunda. You can walk in and ask to get your picture taken holding $100,000. It's an actual bank in the Capitol building on the second floor. It's the Arkansas Treasurer's Office, and they will take a picture of you holding literally $100,000 in cash in your hands in the vault. They won't let you leave it, but they'll take a picture of you in the vault. I don't know if any of y'all have ever done that, but it's free. It's one of those services that the state provides its employees and citizens, but it's fun to take students to, because I've never seen that amount of money before until you go into the state capitol and you get to hold it. So Davis said he will do that at some point, or at least tell you to go do that for those going to the optional legislative field trip on Wednesday. All right. If you're staying with me at the hotel and the convention center, vendors will start arriving that morning and setting up, but Jennifer Park, our president, will do a quick welcome, open for floor nominations to our AGATE board of directors starting at 1. It'll probably be done before 1:30, but the vendor hall will be open from 1 to 5. And we really do want you to come during this time, because this is when you sign up, you get to make your connections with these vendors, and they don't want to take this stuff home, do they, Kelly?
They do not. They do not. They were force feeding us all of their stuff last year, and we, did not resist very hard.
And we had to throw stuff away last year. Granted, we didn't have as many attendees because of the weather, but we don't want to throw anything away, because these are things you can take back to your classrooms or your homes as gifts, as door prizes, as resources for educational things. But we want you to be there and grab as much as you can, or at least make contacts, because they don't want to take this back on the airplane or in their car. So feel free to meet with them between 1 to 5 at the Doubletree in the second floor of the Doubletree Hotel. We do offer 3 breakout sessions that afternoon. They're, again, completely optional, but we've heard lots of really great feedback from you all that have been before about, well, what does it take to be a gifted and talented coordinator or a director, especially at maybe a larger district? So Monica Springfield, who has done this presentation at AGEA, mainly to new coordinators, but maybe if you haven't been a coordinator or you're interested in being a GT coordinator, even in a small district, Monica has been at a small district and has worked with Aaron Randolph, who's done this at Cabot in a larger district. And it's titled, "Do you want to be a GT coordinator?" And so she'll answer all of the questions that y'all have and kind of give you like a month by month breakdown, which I found very helpful my first year as a GT coordinator.
Oh, I do too. I have I've been doing it 15 years, and I still have my checks, my little check sheet that I glance at a couple of times a year, make sure you got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed to make sure you get everything done that you're responsible for.
And this will be geared towards maybe those that are not necessarily new, but aspiring. So if you've ever thought about being a GT coordinator or director, especially in a bigger district, where you may be more of an administrator role, this would be a really good session to set in on.
Mhm.
Following that, we are going to highlight our Act 56 winners from 2022, which were Rogers. Tim Smithy will be on a panel with Jacqueline Brown from Lamar and Brandy Lewis from Nemo Vista. And so those are our big, middle, and small school districts throughout the state of Arkansas that won last year Best GT Program through Act 56, which we'll be announcing the 2023 winners at our conference. But maybe you want to be a coordinator and you want to find out what makes a great GT program, where here's your chance to kill two birds with one stone. You may want to ask your administrator if you can leave a little early Wednesday morning or maybe even Tuesday night to sign up for this, because this will be a really good opportunity to ask them questions and hear their feedback about what made their districts exceptional.
And also, if you sit in on the Act 56 winner panel, give you some ideas of what you can do so that you have the option to win the award. Every GT program can apply for this Act 56 award. And so it would just give you a little bit of an insight into what it takes to be selected.
Yeah. And that last session is more of just a networking session, because we've heard lots of feedback of, we love Agate and we're going and going and going, but we never have time to sit down and talk or think or meet other people, especially maybe at our co-ops or outside of our co-ops, to hear what innovative and best practice ideas they're doing. So we definitely wanted to have a time where here's some devoted time for you to meet with other individuals, or maybe even just go out and visit with the vendors that afternoon. So those are our three featured sessions on Wednesday. Going into Thursday, we have our grab and go breakfast. You want to say anything about that, Kelly?
There'll just be a variety. It'll be different Thursday and Friday, but it'll be out and in the Doubletree. And so you'll just grab and go. Should have a variety, a pretty good variety. Yeah. Danishes and things on Thursday, and different assortments of muffins on Friday.
And that's free, right?
It is free to all attendees.
Part of your conference registration goes to cover your breakfast and lunch on Thursday and Friday.
And they can drink too. We'll have coffee and juice, and we'll have sodas and water all day long.
We want to make sure you're enjoying yourself. Now, if you don't want the grab and go, there are hotel restaurants downstairs. And of course, we're on President Clinton Avenue. So there's lots of options, Uber Eats and so forth, but we won't go into all those details because we have a great lineup for desserts, breakfasts and lunches for you.
Thank you.
Our first breakout session, or our first featured session, I should say, our keynote speaker is Dr. Karen Rambo Hernandez, which will be from 8:30 to 9:20. And then immediately following, we want to do something different this year. We wanted to have collaboration time to discuss with your district directors or people in your congressional district, maybe outside of your co-op and including your co-op, to discuss, like she gave you some great identification tips. Well, what are other districts doing for identification? What are some things you can do to improve for identification so we're not missing those traditionally underrepresented students throughout Arkansas? So we wanted her to give you some time to discuss with others, to kind of process and brainstorm what best practices and the latest research that Dr. Karen Rambo Hernandez shared with us. So on your name tag, for the first time that I know of, we're going to put your district director number. So we have 4 congressional districts in Arkansas. So when you check in or register, your name, your school district, and there should be a number associated with that. So that way you know where to go. And we'll announce at the end of her speech what room you will go to for your district director breakout time. And notice it's not long. So you got about 30, 35 minutes. And you don't have to go there. If you want to go to the vendors, you can. But immediately after that is our first session, before we have some breakout time specifically for our vendors leading up to our plated lunch and awards ceremony. And this will be big. We have almost 390 registered participants.
I'm so excited. That is amazing.
That is huge. We're excited about that. And then on top of that, we have our award winners and their families and friends coming. We invited all 135 legislators in the House and the Senate, plus our new governor, and representatives from the Department of Education, DESE. So we'll be packed on that Thursday the awards ceremony and the legislators luncheon. Immediately afterwards, you can go to your last session, breakout session of the day, before we go to our second featured keynote, Dr. Curtis Cunningham, who has done these trainings about GT curriculum. What does good GT curriculum look like? And again, we have some breakout time after that. Notice we end about 3:30, which is a little earlier than we normally do, because we definitely don't want to overwhelm you with so much, but we wanted to provide some time to go explore Little Rock. We found out Laura West has graciously reached out to the Clinton Library, and they said if anybody has their AGATE badge, they can go to the Clinton Library for free. And so more information will be shared about that in the digital program and on site as well. But that gives you plenty of time to have dinner, go explore downtown Little Rock before you want to come to our optional trivia team, which will be in the, it says Grand Ballroom. I believe we moved it to Salon B. I'll confirm that.
Mhm.
And then Friday is the bulk of our breakout sessions. We have a grab and go breakfast. We have all the breakout sessions, some more vendor time, and then we have the election results, because we will be sending out an electronic ballot to all members to your email that's on file. So if you are an active member, you are eligible to vote. The ballot is on, if you want to look at it right now, it's on our website on the homepage, but we will be emailing it out to you in a Google form for you to vote, just like we did the last 2 years. Any questions about our, and then door prizes, we say 3 o'clock, but last year we gave a lot of them out at the end of lunch. So we may hit and miss depending on when we see people are starting to head out or getting excited. You know, if we have some time to kill during lunch, we'll be giving out some door prizes. Kelly, do you want to add anything?
Just that I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be a great 2 days, 3 days if you come on Wednesday and take advantage of all the free tours and sessions we have on Wednesday. And we'll keep you fed, we'll keep you hydrated, and we'll keep you entertained. And hopefully everyone will enjoy learning new things at AGATE this year.
And I love that AGATE has the co-chair model, because that way Kelly's been working with me, you know, diligently, making sure we've done all these things, but she has this task before her next year. So we will be at the end of the conference emailing everybody that attended that evaluation form, and we really do want your feedback, so that way we can monitor and adjust or fix some tweaks to make sure that the conference in Hot Springs is even better than the one that we have this year in Little Rock.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Please fill out those
Evaluations.
Sorry, I can't think that evaluation, because I will definitely take to heart every suggestion, any way it can improve, or just a new idea, even if it's not in something to improve, something new that would make it better. We're always looking to do better each year.
And I see a question on Facebook that's asking about the parking situation. The hotel, the Doubletree Hotel, does have parking underneath the hotel. So I think there's 2, if not 3 levels of parking. We were assured that if you're a guest, it's part of I believe it's included. If not, there is a daily fee, but there's also parking downtown in general. If you're needing just to be dropped off, there's like drop-off spots at the front of the hotel and on the side of the hotel by the Robinson Center. So I think I answered that question. If not, feel free to ask it again or in a better format. Let's see. Awards. We tried to make sure all of our awards were geographically diverse throughout the state, because we want to highlight all the great things that y'all are doing. And if you have not applied for an AGATE award, come to the conference, hear about the award winners, and then find out, oh, I'm doing that too, and apply next year. Sometimes getting an award makes it easier for administrators to say, yeah, go to the AGATE conference in Hot Springs.
Stay all week. Have a great time.
And let's see, you said vendors. Yep. Okay. So we will have a registration table at the top of the second floor stairway. So if you open or come out of the elevators, maybe check in the hotel, hit second floor. When the elevator doors open, directly in front of you should be our registration table. And then right behind that will be our headquarters. So at any point something happens, that's your ground zero for us to assist you with any of your needs, questions, or concerns. And the hotel and the convention center do connect through the Palisades. It's a second floor like hallway, and that's where all of our gold and silver and platinum sponsors will be. We'll highlight those. And again, please go by and say hi to them, sign up for their free door prizes, and thank them for contributing to gifted education in Arkansas. I don't see any other questions on Facebook or on Zoom.
No.
Oh, I see one about retirees. If any of y'all are retiring or would like to be recognized for retiring last year, or anybody in your co-op that might meet those criteria, please let us know. Karen Grady is our emeritus chair, and she wants to make sure all those that are retiring get their proper recognition at AGATE. Sometimes we don't make those decisions until later in the year. So if you made those decisions last year or the year before and you didn't get recognized, send in your name and we'll still shout it out. So that way we celebrate your retirement. I mean, that's a big deal to retire.
It is. It's a big deal to acknowledge all the hard work you've put in, because let's face it, teachers put in extra. We don't do it for the money.
Yeah,
We
that's
do it
right.
for the outcomes. So you definitely need to be recognized for all the time and effort you've put into your job.
So Kelly, I think we got all the questions. Any other final thoughts or comments you'd like to add to our attendees tonight that are joining live on Facebook and on Zoom?
Hey, we're just so glad you're here. We can't wait to see you in 14 days and some odd hours
Yeah.
in Little Rock. And
We just
again,
hope
yeah.
and pray for good weather. That's all I'm saying.
Good weather, yes. And please reach out to me if you are interested in serving in any way with AGATE 24. I'll be there. I'll be in headquarters. I'll be around AGATE 23. Just stop me and, give me your contact information, or if you have any questions about it, I'll be glad to answer them. And I would love to have you, see how this works from the inside out.
We have the email. It's a generic email that goes to the webmaster, myself, and the president, Jennifer Park, webmaster@giftedarkansas.org. So if you forget, or maybe you're like me in the middle of the night, you're like, oh, I need to know this question, you can email webmaster@giftedarkansas.org. Any questions, and we'll try to get back to you within a timely manner. The sooner you ask these questions or think of these things, the better. Because as Kelly and I said earlier, as it gets closer to the conference, especially the week of the conference, we're not really checking our emails as much. I'll be honest. Our job is on site, and we will be on the second floor in the boardroom as our headquarters that you can find us. But if you're trying to email us that week, I probably won't be checking my email.
Not too often, that's for sure.
Oh, we got a question, I see.
Yeah.
It says, just a quick note of thanks. We look forward to seeing you all and helping to empower your teachers. Your hard work on this conference is evident and it is appreciative. Thank you so much, Marissa Randolph. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Yes.
And we really are excited about this. This is a labor of love that we do because we love Gifted Arkansas. And we love all the things that y'all are doing. We have those student videos that we'll be sharing during our award ceremony of why GT is important. And it's not just in Arkansas. We know that we need to challenge, and every kid deserves that opportunity to be challenged and learn something new every day. That's why we do this. I still see my gifted kids out and about in society, or emailed, or phone calls, or text messages. And that's why we do this. It's for the kids. And we want to make sure that they are challenged to live up to their greatest potential.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The one thing about the video contest that we did, it's really interesting to hear the students' perspective. We don't always get we get little tidbits as their teachers, but we get to really see how they felt about gifted ed.
And we'll have our winner from a Rogers School District there to share her video, which I think was about 4 minutes. And then we'll have a lot of other unique surprises and door prizes. So with that being said, we want to thank y'all for tuning in on a Tuesday night, or if you're watching us live on demand or on demand sometime in the next 2 weeks, feel free to reach out to us, webmaster@giftedarkansas.org. We're happy to answer any of your questions, concerns, thoughts, or ideas, especially for AGATE 2024 in Hot Springs.
Yay.
All right, we'll see y'all in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for tuning in.